Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. In today's episode, we got a special tool, brand new to me, is the Xtool p2s. Now this is the refurbished model. It's not a brand new one. These things are expensive. So I've had good luck and bad luck with buying used things in the past. So being that this is used, I'm hoping everything is going to be okay. I have looked at other reviews in the past and people said that everything comes out just fine. I have bought stuff, not lasers, in the past used and things didn't go well, and I've bought things that have gone well. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed on this one. So this bad boy is heavy. So let me tell you, if you're going to buy one of these, either get some help, get a dolly, get something, get a hoist, because this bad boy is heavy. I think somebody said it was around 100 pounds. So be warned, if you buy one, it's heavy. So let's get started unboxing it. Okay, since this is an unboxing and a review of a refurbished model, I'll try to go over what I find the best that I can. Starting with the box. The box is an original box. It's an Xtool p2s branded box. As far as damage to the box, everything is bare minimum. It's actually really not much different than what you would see if it was brand new. Here where the straps are, it's crushed in a little bit, and then right here is a dent. However, I'm not concerned about any of it because right here I have an Xtool M1 Ultra that I really enjoy, and I use this a fair bit. The reason I bought this one is because I really wanted a more powerful laser and be able to etch glass and also cut acrylics, which I can't do on this machine, or at least not easily. So, with that said, the things that I have bought from Xtool like this have come extremely well packaged. So I'm not concerned about any of that, but we'll see what it looks like on the inside. The box is also dirty. It looks like it's been sitting in a warehouse for a while, so let's get it opened up. Okay, right off the rip, we've got the same normal thick cardboard edge protectors. So like I say, you can see here a little damage, but that's about it. The kind of packaging I would expect from Xtool. It's got all of the padding and everything like normal. As you can see, nice thick padding. So like I said, where that dent was, I was not concerned about that at all. All right, now we've got the unit. Unit still even has a little piece of plastic over the start button. It's got the little thing telling you to check for the key. Initial inspection of the top is just a little bit dirty. You know, packaging materials and everything make it dirty. I don't see any scratches, dents, dings as far as the top goes. It looks almost like it's brand new to me. So now it's going to be for the fun part, getting this sucker out and up onto the desk here. I do have rollers under this thing, so getting it through the house, I did that. But I am going to have to lift this puppy up. That was heavy. Make no mistake about it, that was heavy. Okay. I think this thing came out probably about as good as I could possibly hope for. So now it's time to bust it open. It does come with the sticker on here telling you to find the key inside, and also you're going to fill the water tank with antifreeze as well. This is pretty cool. We do have 2 shocks here to help hold this thing up. Okay, we've got our self-check guide and a quick start guide and some materials like you usually get with a brand new one. Power cable. Looks like we've got our keys right here that we need for the unit. It does come with the funnel, so that way you can pour the antifreeze into the back of it. Just some desiccant. We got some thumb screws. We got some extra tools and items. Got another USB-A to USB-C cable. Looks like we got some tape. Okay, we've got the exhaust hose and the exhaust hose ring. And this is something that I was concerned about myself. So when I looked around at other reviews who had bought the refurbished models, I didn't know if it was going to come with antifreeze. And that's what this right here is the antifreeze to go in the back side. So that's really, really good. All right, next I do know that I'm going to have to take the back off. I also need to see how this thing right here is locked into place. So I'm going to get this sucker turned in a position where I can get to the back and get it filled up and get this figure out how to get this undone, and I will be right back. Okay, I did find these 2 brackets here. So one was up underneath here, the other was up underneath here, and there were 2 thumb screws like this, one on the top and one going in there to take that off. Now the gantry is able to move, and I got the other piece of foam out. So the next thing is we're going to take this tool here, and you can see all of these little tags right here, and there's one right here too, screws that we have to take out in order to get the back panel back here off. So we also still have this piece right here telling us to remove, and there's another piece over here as well. So before I go and trying to take the back off and filling it up, looking at the inside, we have our little filter, little mesh filter, and it says on the website that because it is refurbished, that it could be a little bit dirty from past use and all, that they would fix anything, but then it could still be a little dirty. There is maybe the tiniest bit of dirty in here, tiniest bit of dirt, but the filter is almost perfectly clean. Inside of here, it almost just feels like normal dust from manufacturing and just sitting is what it looks like to me. So I mean, as far as the cleanliness of it, either they did a a fantastic job of cleaning it, or this thing didn't get used but maybe once or twice and somebody sent it back. So from the looks of it, on the inside of it, it is awesome. So next step is I'm going to unscrew these screws, and since this bad boy is so heavy, I'm probably just going to take the back off without turning it around, and then I'll reposition you so you can see the back side of it. So let me get that done next. Okay, I'm back and I've got the machine flipped around and the cover taken off. So now that I do, I've got the access to the tube, so I have taken my flashlight and I've looked around at the tube. You can see a little bit of moisture inside the tube, because like I say, this is refurbished, but when I took it off, there was like a tad bit of moisture up here, and that was it. So far, I don't see anything down at the bottom underneath the tank or anywhere else. Everything else is dry on the inside, so I'm guessing when they had it filled up before, there was no leaks there. So now it's time to fill it up. So since this one is inside my house, according to the data, I don't actually need any antifreeze. However, I don't know where if I would end up moving in the future or if I would need to take it outside for some reason. So I am going to go ahead and put an antifreeze and water mixture into it just to make sure, just in case. So here is our fill. You do have to push down and turn on this, so it's like a safety cap. I'm going to put the funnel that came with it. For my area, I've got 490 milliliters of antifreeze that we're going to pour in first, and we're going to pour it in slowly to make sure we don't make a mess. Second, we're going to fill it with 610 milliliters of distilled water. Now, it just says to check the level and make sure it's not overfilled, which it is not overfilled. Now we're going to turn the unit on and let it wait about 30 seconds so that way the pump can actually cycle everything through. Starting to see water flow through here, and now I can see it inside the tube. Okay, it's been a little over 30 seconds, but now we'll fill up the rest. Okay, now I've let the thing run for probably a good 10-15 minutes or so. All the bubbles have gotten out of the system, and I have double checked it with my light to make sure that I don't see any leaks anywhere. So far it's looking good. I'll have to come back and probably double check again later, just to always is like a maintenance thing, just in case the thing was to ever crack. But I don't see anything leaking at the moment, so that's a good thing. And so now I did go ahead and just push and put the clamp on for the exhaust. So now I'm going to put the cover back on, and then I'll get it flipped back around so we can look at it some more. Okay, now the thing is all set up. I've got it set up and connected to the computer, and while I did, I went ahead and ran through the test procedure that it has on here for it, which is this right here. kind of hard to see. There we go. Right in there. The Xtool ruler. So it scores it and engraves. So it doesn't go through, it's just a score. But as you can hear, it did score it and engrave it, and so it did come out really well. Now I do have mine hooked up to the to their big cyclone filtration. Even though it does have the 2 fans in the back, that worked great. I didn't smell anything, and I could see a little bit of smoke whirling around when I did it. Now, this thing does have 3 mirrors that have to be adjusted from time to time. I have not done that. I just went straight to this, and it actually came out looking really good. There's only one tiny spot over here in the corner where there's even just the tiniest bit of charring there. And as you can see, the thing looked really good. So everything is really good with it. It worked flawlessly going through the tutorial. I said test, I think it's tutorial in order to do this. So this is a pre-set up. And it worked flawlessly using the camera and everything. Love the camera, by the way. Love, love, love the camera. So everything worked really well. I'm loving the camera. Once again, love the camera. So I think this is going to be really good. It is really easy to go through the initial test setup for the thing. There's only one thing to note. Whenever you hook up these machines, you do have to hook them up with the USB first. Then once it's connected to USB, then you can go into the settings and set it up through Wi-Fi. So over here is my computer, and the plug is way over here on the side. There are 2 other connections in the back, but those are a different style. They're almost more like a what do you call it, a HDMI, like a mini HDMI plug almost. So that's a different setup, so you have to use this one over here. So I say this to keep in mind, if you do buy one of these things, it is best to have this on some sort of a rolling desk, because you will have to maintain it from time to time, and getting it all set up. If your computer is not a laptop, like mine is just is a desktop sitting on the floor over here, so I had to move things and get an extra long cable. So keep that in mind when you go to do it. Try to get everything set up the best you can if it's going to be on a more non-mobile desk. I will probably be changing stuff in the future, but for right now, this is what I've got. And one last thing to note about this thing, it is noisy. Now granted, my Cyclone does produce noise on its own, but it is not very loud. But the 2 fans in the back that they used, which was one of the upgrades from the P2 to the P2s, to give it more suction, to get all the dust and everything out, is working really well, but it is noisy. So that is something to note. So what do I think about the refurbished model? Well, according to the test piece, it looks awesome. Actually having the cameras and everything work exactly the way it's supposed to works awesome. As far as the Xtool creative space, I already have the M1 sitting right over here, and so I'm familiar with that. There's just a little bit of extra with it because of the P2 being a little different than the M1, but other than that, it worked flawlessly. So would I recommend a refurbished? I would have to say yes, because so far this thing looks good. It worked good the first time. Obviously this is my first test, so I have not tried cutting through thicker material, glass, acrylic, or anything like that. But just from the initial test, the look of it, the cleanliness of it, it's working. It's not leaking. Very good thing. So I would say yes, I would recommend this. So thank you so much for coming along with me as I got this thing set up. I hope it helped you out. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all again next time in the workshop.